You're so good.
Aww.
I love your singing voice.
Question, but how often do you masturbate? This is the motherfucking fourth my life, everything. I'm done. Thank you all so much for watching.
Imagine a grown man being so degenerate that his uncle ends up calling him a pervert, and he further complains about it to his mother on a call.
He just sent us word for word. Okay, you pervert, you get my phone off of TikTok before you have an accident. Word for word.
What if I told you this isn't just fiction, but a disturbing reality centered on a TikTok predator, Gabriel Gage, popularly known as Nova Online, whose entire personality revolves around texting minors on TikTok and Discord. Nova even openly expressed his desire to a minor on Discord. Honestly, that was not the only thing that disturbed viewers. His dance moves, too, proved effective at making viewers uncomfortable. My ribs can't take this. I am scared. Even his jokes tend to create awkwardness rather than entertainment.
Samsung, more like Sam's. Samsung, more like ass song.
Nova, being an adult man, is obsessed with using diapers and pacifiers. His ex-hamster account, going by the name Heya Nova K3, confirms his weird fetishes for diapers, farting, and foot smelling. Long after his TikTok account was discovered on For You page, the internet investigators were quick to find a concerning detail. Nova liked to get involved with minors on both Discord and TikTok. It all started with Nova's own Discord server, Novine Universe, which was a seriously troubling platform for all the members involved, to say the least. He had come up with his own Discord server, likely because he needed a safe space to act out on his creepy kinks with minors. It is worth noting that Nova himself doesn't know how to run a Discord server, and for this very reason, he gave this responsibility to other people like Green. However, no one expected that the Discord server he created would end up exposing him. In September 2022, Nova's private Discord conversations were leaked online, where he openly admitted that he enjoyed wearing diapers as an adult man, earning him the title of a diaper degenerate. This diaper degenerate further crossed an even more disturbing line by asking a minor if she masturbated.
Question, but how often do you masturbate?
The situation shifted from odd to alarming when Nova straight up admitted that he was attracted to kids, but some of the sensible members knew how to deal with Nova. One of them responded by claiming that they had reached out to Nova's employer with this secret, but Nova didn't really care. People also contacted the church that Nova was going to. It didn't take long for the church to kick him out after his behavior was exposed. Someone spoke to the church administration through Facebook Messenger. However, the admin claimed that they had already contacted the authorities about Nova's disturbing behavior, but nothing good came out of it, and the matter died down. We have been talking to local authorities for weeks now. Thank you for your concern, and it is being handled with the police and our head of security. If you have evidence of something illegal, you should report it to local authorities as well. And it later came out that Nova actually liked to roleplay as a baby. He wanted a messy diaper and announced that he woke up wet in the middle of the night. What pushed this situation over the edge was the fact that he even shared his half-body picture wearing only a diaper. In other screenshots, Nova asked the group members if it was weird that he found himself comfortable in diapers. Is it weird I find myself more comfy in diapers? He even praised himself for wetting it, calling himself and others a baby. One screenshot also showed Nova talking about ordering Goodnight's diapers in the largest size available to fit his body. Do y'all think I can fit an XL Goodnight's as a waist size 38 to 40M? I ordered Goodnight's in the biggest size possible, but I'm a 38 to 40 waist size. Judging from the content Nova posts on his TikTok, it won't be wrong to say he has an ABDL kink. ABDL stands for Adult Baby Diaper Lover. People who have this kink or fetish like to wear diapers, suck on pacifiers, and use other infant items for comfort, regression, and often arousal. However, Nova hides his ABDL fetish behind a formal and safe term, age regression. He claims that he struggles with age regression, which often pushes him to act like a baby. Age regression is a shift in behavior. However, it doesn't have anything to do with kink or fetishes. It is more of a psychological phenomenon in which people tend to act like younger individuals, retaining thoughts and emotions characteristic of their youth.
But it's about the importance of having friends, even if you're 20 years older than your friend.
20 years older than your friend.
This is usually a response or coping mechanism for stress or trauma, or can be a self-soothing act. Nova tries to insist that his age regression was actually related to trauma response, but it was nothing more than a blatant lie. People shared a disturbing image of Nova in a Reddit snark page and dedicated to Nova's TikTok and Discord. In the image, Nova was standing across a collection of binkies. The picture looked normal, until people noticed a sticker covering Nova's leg area, and that one sticker made people curious about what was hidden behind it. The whole situation took a wild turn when someone came up with the uncensored version of the picture. The image showed Nova having a bulge in his pants, perhaps after looking at the baby stuff. This already proves why Nova used age regression as a disguise to hide his kink and his being a... Even then, Nova dared to say otherwise. In one of the Discord group chats, Nova admitted that he had an ABDL kink, and it was entirely legal. But what's not legal was his way of dealing with it. He tried to take full advantage of a Reddit group dedicated to age regressors and minors in it. Nova tried to get close to the minors who posted in the group for assistance. He allegedly had an account under the name Phenomenal11799, which constantly commented under the posts of minors. In one of such posts related to a caregiver, Nova was seen to be responding with, "DM me please." One other person, likely a minor, posted their picture, and as usual, Nova shamelessly asked them to DM him. Nova crossed all boundaries in his Discord server when he sent a disturbing message with ease. According to him, the police needed proof of his assaulting a kid before he could be arrested for being a... And then he went on to send another message, mentioning everyone in the server. He wanted everyone to gather evidence that proved that Nova was not a... While his friends and supporters attempted to defend him, but his critics and trolls quickly responded. TikTok accounts like Skullger and Liquid Nova 3 began reposting screenshots of Nova's own messages, spreading them widely across the platform. Once the screenshots circulated and the evidence gained traction, Nova completely lost control during a live stream. He badmouthed all the haters and accused them of defaming him. According to him, the screenshots were photoshopped by his critics.
This is trying to be fun, but all you want to do is falsely accuse them of crap they never did. Y'all are being legitimate assholes. Have you ever seen an episode of Darman? You would know to not be an asshole to people you don't know nothing about. Don't judge people before you get to know them. Proof my ass, it's all photoshopped. It's been proven.
His anger only grew more as he talked about his removal from the church after someone reported him. In the live stream, he yelled at the haters and showed the middle finger to them. People in the comments seemed to be entertained with his reactions, his demons coming out. Nova, stop, you are scaring me. To make everything more hilarious, Nova even came up with a multi-video series about him training against his haters. In these videos, he shadowboxed in front of the camera, sometimes even wearing a dress, pretending to fight imaginary enemies. The entire series came off as more bizarre than intimidating. One consistent pattern with Nova is his inability to handle criticism. He even flipped out at people who discussed his unemployment. People straight up called him jobless, and he responded by having a crash out. He yelled at the people, telling them that no one was hiring for any job, and the job market was trash at the moment.
Literally, you don't know how ass the job market is. No one wants to work. No one wants to hire in the first place.
However, critics pointed out that his unemployment wasn't new. For a long time, Nova has struggled to keep a job. He had applied to multiple entry-level jobs, but he failed every time.
If my VPN strategy does not work out, then it's game over for me unless I find a second job. I'm really struggling. Not even McDonald's wants to hire me. Nobody wants to... Don't crash out, Nova. Do not crash out on your last video.
His job applications included the positions of bakery assistant, restaurant cook, hotel housekeeper, and fast food worker. In the rare cases where he was hired, he reportedly lost the job shortly after.
Hey y'all, after 5 months of being unemployed, your boy got a new job. Finally, the job search arc is over.
At the same time, his income generated through his YouTube channel named Novine Universe is close to nothing. He has around 7,000 subscribers on his channel and 730 videos posted, but he is barely able to generate any views on his videos. The highest number of views on his video is 103,000, which is a video game clip of Just Dance. While a few manage to reach a couple of thousand views, the majority barely cross a few hundred. And according to a website, his monthly earnings from the channel are less than $100, which cannot even provide him with basic necessities. His TikTok account, the Novine Universe, or Nova, MH Advocate, has pretty much the same story. MH stands for mental health, a label Nova appeared to adopt after facing heavy backlash for his behavior online. Many believe this was an attempt to rebrand himself as a mental health advocate to soften his public image after multiple controversies. But this rebrand wasn't just about appearances. He played smart by introducing mental health-related bracelets on his page, selling them on eBay for $10 to $30 depending on customization. He named them NovaCord Paracord, and many people bought them from him, but it never really worked as a flourishing business as he had thought. In fact, some people who bought his bracelets had some valid complaints. They shared their reviews and complaints during his live stream on YouTube. Despite this, he frequently purchases large amounts of items from Amazon, and sometimes as expensive as MetaQuest.
Hey YouTube, so I'm thinking about the 16th or the 17th, I'm returning Beat Terry videos to the channel. I got a MetaQuest 3S to replace my MetaQuest 2. It's gonna be frickin' epic, baby. Woo!
This spending habit is reflected in his living space. From the look of his videos, it is clear that Nova has a very bad hoarding habit, and his living room and kitchen are the best examples of it. Whenever he posts his videos from his living room, the background looks messy, dirty, and hoarded. Nova once even posted his mirror selfie, which he had taken in his bathroom, and it had all levels of serious nastiness. Piles of empty cardboard boxes are frequently visible, stacked up for what seems like weeks or even months, and he barely makes time to clean up the trash and mess he creates daily.
This is part 5 to the house cleaning saga. This whole counter, oops, my circle cartridges were in the way. But this counter, at least the big part of it, is done. I still gotta do this little part by my old Keurig.
This messy room fits with how his online work has gone. Throughout his time on the internet, Nova has tried many different content creation niches like gaming and even karaoke. His oldest videos date back to the year 2020, when he started posting video game clips of League of Legends, Onigiri, and Just Dance. His videos rarely got around 1,000 views, and most of them got under 500 views. And after getting nothing in return for the gaming videos, Nova turned to doing low-effort food reviews. He would try out loads of junk food in front of the camera and often post similar style videos again and again. And whenever he ran out of content ideas, he would straight up copy other creators' content ideas. In one of the food reviews he posted on his YouTube channel, he wrote a caption, "Trying a grilled chicken parm sandwich. I need a job. Please contact if you have an opening." While his review of the sandwich was nothing good, his caption made it way worse.
Trying the chicken parm sandwich from Capriati's sandwich shop. Once again, I'm desperately looking for a job, so if you're a manager in the Spokane Valley, the Coeur d'Alene area, actually hiring, no fake job offers, just please hit me up on my email, please. I'm begging for a job at this point.
The people in the comments said, "The fact you think this is actually how you're going to get a job is just sad. Get offline for a while, it would do you a world of good. How will he get to talk to children if he can't be online? If you want a job so bad, don't talk to kids." Even though these food reviews didn't get him much attention, Nova kept posting more of them, bland, low quality, and seemingly ignoring what others thought.
Yeah, I've tried Feastable's sea salt and the original Feastable, so I'm excited to see how these nuts pair up.
As if that weren't bad enough, Nova's poor hygiene somehow turned everything into a full-blown disaster. His greasy hair and dirty clothes, coupled with messy surroundings, served as a cherry on top for the whole situation. As ridiculous as it all seems, this pattern didn't just magically appear. The roots of Nova's behavior go much further back. Nova's original name is Gabriel Michael Lee Scrivener Gage, who was born on June 8, 2004, which makes him 21 years old. According to the sources, Nova has a mother, Kiri Gage, a stepfather, Thomas Scrivener Gage, and an uncle, Andrew Scrivener Gage. Nova is very well known for his meltdowns on his TikTok lives, acting like an infant and speaking to minors. Unfortunately, the latter is a behavior that has become a part of his identity, but many recognized him from one of his popular videos. That video was his Wingstop food review, posted in mid-September 2022.
Trying Wingstop for the first time. Cajun seasoned fries. Okay. Mildly spicy, but nothing that I can't bear. These are actually pretty decent. 8 out of 10.
Like his other reviews, it wasn't any good, but it drew a lot of comments on his appearance, and led people to follow him just to troll him. That year, Nova's TikTok account grew quickly, eventually reaching 309,000 followers and 11.6 million likes. However, there was one more moment that truly made Nova famous, or rather turned him into a meme. In 2022, a clip surfaced of him working at a restaurant as a prep cook. KRM2 News was covering a minimum wage report in Idaho and filmed the restaurant White House Grill, where Nova worked. While filming the restaurant kitchen premises, Nova was also seen working and shouting, "Can I get a French onion soup, please?"
Can I get a French onion soup, please?
This one catchphrase became the turning point in Nova's life. People began using this one phrase repeatedly to tease and mock Nova. Even under this YouTube video of Creme, 2 News posted on February 15th, 2023, almost every other person was talking about French onion soup and Nova. The news channel must be thinking like, man, people really like French onion soup. I want his French onion soup. Can I get a French onion though, Pleth? Some of them even commented about his predatory behavior with minors and suggested that his workplace should know about his reality. I sure hope he doesn't talk to kids. Imagine Nova's rage if we bombarded the restaurant with calls and emails about him being a that wears diapers and he was fired. However, upon contacting the restaurant, people got to know that Nova had already left the job, likely after this one clip went viral and people started recognizing him for who he was. Called the place asking for Gabriel Gage, his real name, and they said he don't work there no more. But Nova isn't only popular across the internet. Ever since he became viral after his food reviews, the people in his town also began targeting him, and not in a positive way. These locals behaved much like internet trolls. They have been sending him not 1, not 2, but dozens of bottles of milk to his house in Spokane. This was revealed in a video recorded by the DoorDash delivery guy who delivered these bottles to his house.
This event would actually be recorded by the DoorDasher who took part in the order, obviously knowing Nova and posting just what they had done for work to their own TikTok, and that video would get hundreds of thousands of.
However, Nova himself never mentioned receiving a ridiculous quantity of milk directly at his house, and it's possible the milk spoiled before he even realized it had been delivered. Now, sending milk to his house as a joke can mean only one thing. Nova liked to pose himself as a baby, wearing diapers, sucking on pacifiers, and calling himself a baby. And he even acts like a baby or a toddler who constantly throws tantrums for no obvious reasons when he does live streams on TikTok.
I've been trying to get a fucking real job, but no one wants to fucking hire me! Now, if you don't want me calling you all the R word, I suggest you stop.
Nova's live streams are often short, bizarre, and pointless. Sometimes he calls it quits after a minute, struggling with lots of technical faults and complaints that no one can resolve. Worse than that, Nova often lashes out at viewers who criticize him. Instead of taking advice calmly, he snaps at them or bans them outright, as if no one is allowed to question him.
Okay, and Frank, you are making everybody, including me, very uncomfortable. I'm sorry, but I have to ban you.
Alright, Tom.
Sometimes he would even go ballistic and turn the comments off on his live stream because apparently he is better than his viewers. The background of this video, his bedroom, portrays his real-life mess, piles of trash and stacks of empty boxes. And for obvious reasons, when there is trash in an unhygienic environment, it only makes pests like bedbugs feel right at home. That's exactly what happened with Nova. It is largely speculated that Nova has an insane amount of bedbugs at his house, and that one of them eventually started crawling over him. This was seen in one of the videos Nova posted on his TikTok. In the video, he seemed to be listing down guys' names, and as he did so, a bug, likely a bed bug, crept out from his sleeve to his arm. However, Nova seemed to be totally unbothered by its presence. It was as if he had already given those bed bugs a pass to use his body as a walkway.
Tate, Jackson, and Aiden. If I missed any names, y'all unfortunately are last.
But speaking from a general point of view, anyone in their right mind and cautious state would feel something as small as hair on their arm. So it can be a possibility that Nova takes this as something normal because these bed bugs are always crawling all over him and his bed. Most people would immediately react to even something as small as a bug on their skin, but Nova seems to treat it as normal, likely because the bugs are always crawling over him and his bed. Just imagine the potential of him spreading these bugs to others he meets, or even to a workplace. It would be a disaster. And then there was a collage of Nova's arm pictures posted on Kiwi Farm's thread, showing loads of red marks or bumps all over his arms. It was partially believed that the bite marks came from bed bugs. Pictures on Google showed the bedbug bite marks to be light red bumps opposing to Nova's arms. However, it could be possible that Nova had been picking on them or scratching them, which later turned them into scabs. And when it comes to bad hygiene and constant unemployment, Nova has an unbeatable opponent, and that's Tophia. Surprisingly enough, both of them have a lot to relate to that they end up speaking about each other in their videos and live streams.
And like I said, Nova, what do you want? Huggies or Pampers? You better answer quick.
At least, not like Tofupa, who sits on her lazy ass all day, probably collecting social security money like...
For context, 29-year-old Tophia is another big lolcow very well known for her homelessness, poor hygiene, and getting fired from Dunkin' Donuts for stinking badly. So, the similarity between Nova and Tophia is evident because both of them struggle with maintaining basic hygiene. But there is a small difference as well. Nova had a bedbug crawling over him, and Tophia had a cockroach crawling over her tumbler and walls.
Every time Rikachu has been spotted in the apartment,
Roachu makes an appearance. But if you took accountability, then why are people coming at you? Because you never did.
The crossover started when Nova decided to drag Tophia through the mud for her racism against Mexicans and trannies. Trannies are people who dress like their opposite gender, or simply people who are transgender. Even though Nova and Tophia had become enemies after the crossover, the trolls exploited their situation to the fullest by shipping them together. Nova first made a video about Tophia on October 22nd, 2022, calling her out directly for her racism and claiming that God made us all equal.
Guys, Tophia is racist towards Mexicans, and she says horrible stuff about Asians. And Tophia, if you're watching this, I'm calling you out. This is not right. What you are doing is completely wrong, and everybody in this world should be equal. God said that all men are created equal.
Tophia responded by talking about Nova and her live streams. She straight up mentioned how Nova liked to follow minors on TikTok and Discord, his diaper wearing and binky sucking. To sum it all up, she let out the facts and truth about Nova.
You was on video call with a 14-year-old. You literally showed minors yourself wearing like a diaper. If we're going to be real, saying that you enjoy wearing diapers. I mean, to each their own. You suck on a binky. You do age regression, which I get some people say that it's a trauma thing, but not for him.
And this video only triggered Nova more as he came up with a burn it all response that entirely destroyed Tophia. He made a video demonstrating a drink combination: Gatorade, Mountain Dew Baja Blast, Sprite, and one other drink.
Mama Chew and Brother Chew. A hint of racism and then saying it's not racist. A touch of framing shit on MG and I to cover up what she did. And a touch of this up here. Let's take a moment to admire that this looks exactly like swamp water.
As he mixed it all up and tried it, he ended up spitting it out in a spray and said it tasted like shit. It turned out that this drink combination was Tophia's favorite, especially the Mountain Dew, because she is often seen drinking it in her tumbler, and Nova kept coming up with different videos comparing himself with Tophia. According to him, he was better than Tophia because she, as an adult, was still living with her parents and had no job, while Nova, on the other hand, had a well-paid job as a prep chef at a restaurant.
But hey, at least I'm not a 28-year-old fat who still lives with their parents and has no job and barely does anything with their lives but do TikTok lives all day. At least I have a job where I work as a prep chef at a local restaurant, and I'm actually making decent money off of it, and at least I'm not lounging around doing Discord mod fat stuff all day.
Of course, this employment was short-lived, as Nova has long struggled to find and keep jobs.
I think I fell for it again. Victim to another fake job offer. Life. My god, I fell for it twice.
The Loco drama, which began in 2022, still goes on to this day. Both Nova and Tophia continue to share their rival bond, making call-out videos on and off, and their viewers are there for all of it. Tophia even once dragged Nova's Uncle Andrew into the whole drama, calling him a racist and claiming that he made a Facebook post about the Confederate flag. The Confederate flag is a flag that some people think shows white supremacy and slavery, often related to African Americans. According to Tophia, his uncle said that if someone is offended by the Confederate flag, he was offended by black guys wearing sagging pants.
You didn't drag anyone. You should be dragging your uncle who's racist and also transphobic, because I remember the post that your uncle posted during that I found out during Black History Month, where he said, if people are offended by this, which was the Confederate flag, then I'm offended by this, which was a picture of a bunch of young black men standing together with their pants sagging and saying that he's offended by that.
While this claim cannot be verified, it's clear that Andrew plays a significant role in Nova's online and offline life. Nova and his uncle share a tense relationship. Their sour relationship somewhat kicked off in March 2023 when Uncle Andrew got to find out about his behavior on Discord, as well as his diaper-wearing and binky-sucking habits. Yes, you heard that right. As people shared the damning evidence of him talking to minors, someone also sent information to his uncle. He got a LolcaTuber in contact with my uncle. That moment triggered one of Nova's most emotional breakdowns yet. He uploaded a tearful video addressing his critics directly, especially the person who contacted his uncle, saying he needed to talk to them.
To whoever the F sent that video to my uncle, you should be ashamed of yourself. I literally just got through a mental breakdown, bawling my eyes out because of you. I hate to post this, but this needs to be addressed to whoever sent that. F you!
And for these very reasons, his uncle rightfully told him to stop using TikTok and restricted him from doing depraved things on the platform. In response, Nova was seen crashing out on his live streams multiple times, going off on about his uncle's interference. He would call him names and openly verbally abuse him in front of his viewers.
Motherfucker! Sucker! I said what my uncle! I missed what my uncle said, and then he went on for a full rant! I'm done!
His viral Twinkle Twinkle Little Star video got his uncle going ballistic at him.
Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what
You did so great.
Aww.
I love your singing voice.
But this wasn't everything. Uncle Drew's personal details had been doxed by Nova's trolls, which enraged Uncle Drew further. The cherry on top was how Nova had also been telling other people that his uncle was a transphobe, homophobic, and ableist. In short, he had berated in every possible way my uncle for being racist and homophobic. Is he a racist and homophobic? And even more, he's also a transphobe, an ableist, and wouldn't be surprised if he's a sexist. Uncle Drew sent several angry text messages to Nova and called him a little pervert. He also threatened Nova that he would do anything to teach him a lesson. The messages sent Nova over the edge. You a sick little pervert, and your dad is spinning with disgust. Uncle Drew didn't stop at those messages. As Nova was bad-mouthing him online in front of thousands of viewers, Drew rightfully lashed out at him again in a voicemail. He once again threatened him, but this time Drew seemed to be a lot more outraged than before. You keep bad-mouthing me online to people that don't fucking know me and to talking shit about me. I'm going to send people to your house to kick you ass. You understand me? Nova ended up disclosing the situation to one of his friends and asked for advice. The person suggested that he talk to his mom about it. What happened, Nova? My uncle texted me saying he's gonna have someone kick my ass. What? Tell you, Mom? Nova quickly took the suggestion and reached out to his mother, complaining about it with frustration, and lashed out at his uncle, who was very much on the right side, by the way.
Mom, this is urgent. Fucking urgent. Andy just texted me again.
Yes.
His phone number got leaked, and now he's blaming. I'm fucking shaking.
Gabriel, you had nothing to do with
He's gonna give me to do. I'm fucking scared.
Gabriel. I can't have you go to jail for his phone number somehow.
It was a pattern with Nova. Whenever his uncle called him out for his questioning behavior online, Nova would either lash out online or play the victim card by saying that he was struggling with mental health issues. Hey all, I'm sorry for slacking on the shower videos. My mental health has been the worst it's ever been in a long time, and I'm struggling to find motivation. The situation became gloomy when Nova shared shocking news on his TikTok in July 2025. It read, "Hey, all my uncle died, so I won't be posting today." Well, no one knew for sure if it was really Uncle Drew he was talking about, but a comment under the same post showed a small proof that it might be Uncle Drew. I thought you hated him. Doesn't mean I don't love him still. This interaction somewhat proves that Nova was, in fact, talking about Uncle Drew. However, Nova himself deleted that post afterwards for unknown reasons. A website called Nova Online Wiki further confirmed that Uncle Andrew had actually passed away. And then there was a screenshot shared on Solidus Nova's X account. The screenshot was from a post shared by Uncle Drew's cousin, Sam Prizey, mourning the loss. It's not a nice thing to be waking up to this morning to find that your cousin has passed away. You finally reunited with your mum, Aunt Margaret Gage. This further confirmed that Nova's uncle had really passed away. Despite seeking comfort from his mother after his uncle had confronted him, Nova showed little gratitude. In a recorded live stream, Nova seemed to be arguing loudly with his mother in the background and even lashing out at her for something. At the same time, he carried on with his usual attention-seeking behavior. He even went as far as wearing girls' Sailor Moon dress and dancing to music, posting the videos on TikTok, often adding unfunny jokes that left viewers cringing rather than laughing.
Nova being so silly online.
Samsung, more like Samsung, more like ass song.
And this is where the real twist came. In April 2024, Nova's main account on TikTok by the name The Novine Universe was hacked by one of the serious enemies of Nova. And the first person who reported it was Pivo, a member of Kiwi Farms.
This is not a drill. This is not a fucking drill. This is not a fucking drill. My main account just got hacked. My main account just got hacked. I am really working really hard to get it back. I am so under so much fucking stress right now. My main account just got hacked. I fell for a phishing scam in my email. It's just... fuck!
This person had recently joined Kiwi Farms on March 6, 2024, making the very first post about Nova's Discord getting locked and unlocked and being raided by a group called Chew Crew, which primarily focused on Tophia Chew. Nova has been locking down and then reopening his new Discord server repeatedly over the last 3 days. But it seems this latest one, April 4th, 2024, was a raid of sorts by a group called the Chew Crew. It turned out that Pivo was actually one of the major A-logs, working against Nova and his TikTok account. Logs are the people who take things too seriously, while hating on a person that they would even resort to wishing physical harm on them. These logs were members of a Discord group named the Nova Files, or TNF, where they would sometimes share evidence supporting Nova's behavior and other times just straight up hack into his Discord, TikTok, and Kick accounts. It was suspected that either Pivo or one of the people from this TNF group hacked Nova's account by sending Nova a suspicious link through email. To put it simply, Nova fell for a phishing scam and ended up giving access to his account to the hacker.
If you're seeing this video, you probably follow this account right here. That is my main account. As of a few hours ago, that account has unfortunately been hacked by a phishing scammer after I received this email.
And whoever hacked it completely changed the account's appearance. At first, the account's name was changed to Gabriel Gage, and the profile picture was changed to Nova sucking on a binky. The bio was replaced with the Nova Files, providing a link to the server with Nova's screenshots and videos. The link was accompanied by text, linked to expose his Discord. But this wasn't all. The bio continued with, "At Noveza Groomer, go to my Twitter." The person who was running his Discord account used the tag Razor, or RazorGXD. While we don't know about the fate of Nova's other TikTok content, this Razor guy actually removed his pinned videos and replaced them with Nova's exposing videos. The whole situation left Nova with no place to hide. Seeing this happening in front of his eyes, Nova was left with no choice but to leave the internet entirely. But he soon made a comeback to the internet on April the 22nd, 2024. And a few days later, he even shared a video about how he had lost access to his main account and that he was proud of not giving up on himself for it.
That I've posted. I've gave them my UID, I've gave them all my shit, and they're still not giving it back. And despite all the shit that I've been through, I'm proud that I haven't ended it all yet.
He also said that he was in contact with the Trevor Project, a company that lets LGBTQ plus kids share their struggles associated with being gay with them.
I've contacted the Trevor Project at least a few times since the account got hacked, because I'm dealing with a lot of other shit behind the scenes that I don't want to get into detail about.
While Nova was trying to stay active online through his backup account, Morhayak Novak 3, things continued to worsen behind the scenes. In May 2024, the person who had hacked his main account put it up for sale after draining all the creator funds from his account. This person, RazorGXD or RazorXSB, even advertised the account for sale on Nova's main account with the caption, "Serious buyers only." His account was later bought by an unknown person, who doesn't post anything at all. Since then, Nova had completely shifted himself to his alternate account from where he was posting updates, Morhayak 3. Besides this, he also made a secondary account on TikTok by the name Nova2 Electric Boogaloo, but the trolls weren't done with him yet. In June 2024, the TNF group once again attacked Nova's accounts all across the internet. When they hacked into Nova's Discord server, one of them shared a disturbing message through Nova's account, making him look worse than before. The message claimed that Nova had so-called masters, naming Pivo, Mega, and Zilla, who were the members of the very group exposing him. My masters, M3GSA, Pivo. Zilla have told me that they won't gate my dirty little asshole tonight if I don't admit that I love kids, so this is my confession. As if that wasn't enough, the group also leaked screenshots of Nova's Discord conversations with minors and other users. However, one particular message from Nova proved that Nova was in fact a or might even be a potential rapist. What he said in the message will leave you in discomfort. God, I love kids. I see a 12-year-old and I just want to poo-poo my diaper and them. Another leaked chat showed his conversation with someone as they seemed to be discussing the preparation before placing the call. In the messages, Nova shared the mandatory checklist with the other person, which included a plushie, a binky, and a blanket. He wanted to do it over call. Checklist for me. Blankie, Stuffy, Patsy. And this group didn't just stop here. An MTF transgender. Source. MTF stands for male to female, H3 Exter Hexed entered the scene, who was a major Nova troll and also the owner of Nova Online Wiki. This wiki is filled with almost all the info about Nova's life. Hext found that Nova was collaborating with a microphone brand named Tonor. Nova had uploaded a YouTube video reviewing the mic from Tonor with the caption #TonorPartner. Hext wanted to know if Nova was really affiliated with Tonor and reached out to them through email. Tonor's response confirmed what Hexed was expecting. Nova wasn't partnered with Tonor in any way. So it turned out that Nova was actually lying about his partnership for unknown reasons. And Nova Online Wiki confirms that Nova, in fact, lies openly and shamelessly about getting fired from his jobs or that he had resigned to deflect the trolls. Because on one occasion, his troll Liquid Nova was able to find his workplace through the video he had posted on TikTok. Ironically, Nova had tried putting a sticker to hide his workplace's name, but he failed terribly. As if that wasn't bad enough, a Kiwi Farm member managed to find and share Nova's Jamster account on the thread, and it turned out to be way worse than what everyone expected. According to the screenshot of his profile, Nova is a homosexual male and wants to hang out with a transgender male couple. But the story somehow managed to take an even darker turn when law enforcement got involved. It was around May 28, 2025, when someone alerted the police, reporting that Nova had held his nephew hostage at his house. Nova discussed this situation with one of his friends. The screenshots of their text messages were shared on a Reddit snark page. According to them, about 10 cops had arrived at his house, handcuffed him, and searched the entire house. Nova had also claimed that the experience had left him traumatized. They put me in handcuffs and the cruiser and everything. Then they searched the whole house, and after they found out that it was SWAT attempt, they decided to question me on who might have done this. And it turned out that it was a so-called prank by a troll who intentionally reported Nova to the police. After performing a check, the cops had excused and even asked about the troll who had falsely reported this. And Nova posted about it in shallow words that there was a scary situation that had happened in his life and wanted to take a break from TikTok. This screenshot was also shared on an X account by the name Solidus Nova. Solidus Nova, a troll, has gathered and shared every controversial thing about Nova on this account. When Solidus posted this screenshot on X, people in the comments of this post went crazy. The author had asked about what might have gone wrong for Nova, and the responses were brutal. Did his mom find the poop sock? Maybe. Uncle Drew got him, forced to shower, praying somebody caught him in a dark alleyway. While this one incident can be considered a wrong move from both trolls and police, what happened the day before to Nova was completely justified. Nova had made a new Discord server after losing the last one by the name Novacord Paracord. He had made it solely for his paracord business. But as fate had it, it was made to get nuked once again. Badly. It was an unlucky day, or perhaps even the month, for Nova to say the least.
Really take away from the fact that today has been one of the shittiest days of my life, so... yeah, today's been rough, but that shower helped me out a little bit.
Around May 27, 2025, Nova found himself in great trouble after getting into a car crash. According to Nova, it was the other driver's fault who drove into his car, leaving it a bit damaged from the front. Apart from that, there was no major damage to either car. And then, according to Nova, his mother hadn't received her social security check, which was needed to pay the household rent. He said she asked him to find the money somehow, or possibly pay it himself. This became an issue, considering Nova had long been struggling financially. With no other solution, Nova turned to his Discord server, openly begging for $900. He said to someone that he needs to give $900 to his mother, but he doesn't even have $100. Everyone's sorry to ping, but this is urgent. Novi needs $900 by tomorrow. But instead of getting that sorted out for himself, Nova ended up getting caught up in his actions. He was on a live stream on his YouTube channel when his Discord server got hacked and then nuked. The hackers spammed the entire server with Nova's shirtless photo and changed all the channel's names to Fat Get Hacked. The final blow came when Nova's live reaction was broadcast to his viewers. It was a boss-level emotional breakdown as if his life depended on that very server.
The server got nuked! Server! No! Fuck! 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 I wanna fucking... I swear to fucking God! And there goes the server. Seriously? Fuck me sideways! Not even 5 fucking days.
Despite having to see his downfall through the screenshots and expose videos, Nova dared to counterfeit not by proving himself innocent, but by bringing other creators down, who were mocked on the internet for their strange behaviors just like Nova himself. He came up with a podcast idea, naming it Hour of Joy, in which he would discuss locals like Daniel Larson, Chris Chan, and others. It was also inspired by the podcast Too High for Stupid, which was run by Smokey Mac C and Kiwi Tapes. The podcast's goal was to discuss the lolcows in detail. Nova's plan was simple, at least in his own mind. By targeting other lolcows, he hoped to redirect the troll's attention away from himself and onto new targets. With that, Nova kicked off the podcast with the assistance of a 15-year-old social media manager, CX Jagar. That plan fell apart almost immediately. His podcast's first episode went fully flop. This episode was about Daniel Larson.
Up a poll on Spotify, and you guys voted for Daniel Larson's second jail arc, also known as the federal arrest. Just a note here on the Hour of Joy, we do not intend to bully or intentionally harm any of the subjects in this show.
For context, Daniel Larson is a famous TikToker and YouTuber, known for his weird online presence. And according to a tweet, Nova basically read all the info from the wiki as it is, without giving any of his personal views on it in the podcast. Let me save 45 minutes of y'all's time. Nova spent the first 20 minutes of this podcast reading the Daniel Larson wiki word for word, offering zero opinions on anything. And then his trolls were able to take it down by mass reporting it to YouTube. Nova broke the sad news on his TikTok page and claimed that he would get it back on YouTube. Hoj got taken down due to a mass report. Gotta appeal it. If it's not back up, the first episode will be re-uploaded to YT. To make his podcast sound more credible, more relevant, he considered changing its name to Lolcow Farms, Kiwi Core, or The Vine Guy. And finally, he replaced the podcast's name with Kiwi Core, with the release of episode 2 and 2.5, all about Daniel Larson and his phone calls.
Hey y'all, it's Hey Nova Kadri, and Hour of Joy is no more. Hour of Joy is now officially Kiwi Core, where we delve deep into the inner core of lolcows.
After these 3 episodes, his entire podcast was discontinued, and Nova stopped posting about it altogether. It is unknown whether it was his trolls who pushed him to leave the Kiwi Core altogether. But at this point, it was not just Discord groups or online wikis circling Nova. YouTube commentators like Smokey Maxi and Kiwi Tapes had joined in, effectively boxing him in from all sides.
See, we just want to do that with you, and you keep dipping out. Why can't we have a nice, fun moment with you? Why is it only 15-year-olds? Come on, where are you?
We can all be really cool friends.
I don't understand. We'll go over to
we'll go over to TikTok now.
And we will just start assuming. We'll just start assuming things because
the same YouTubers who had started Too High for Stupid. This time it was Nova's turn to be judged and discussed and even exposed. Both creators decided to do a live stream together to further expose Nova. Nova's Discord server was reportedly marked as an NSFW space. Within the server, he and presumably other members shared explicit content about their fantasies. However, the group has loads of minors in it, especially the mods.
Nova talks with kids in Discord!
Sunday.
If anyone can hear this, take Discord away from him! He has a weird thing with diapers and age play.
One of such examples was revealed in this live stream. Kiwi and Smokey went through the leaked messages about someone called Discord Bunny, who is a transgender person. What the screenshot showed left everyone in disgust and at the same concerned. It was the Nova's Discord server filled with minors. But this person, Discord Bunny, didn't care, and neither did Nova. This person proceeded to put their dildo collection on display for the minors in the server. Bun keeps showing cocks in VC and the VCS got deleted. The screenshots showed the members reporting how Bunny was sharing stuff in the server. Yo, Mod's girl in here showing her dildos, and OnlyFans just said that she likes kids. One of the members even threatened Nova that they would share everything with Smokey MCC and Kiwi Tapes because Nova wasn't supposed to run his server like this. I'm telling Kiwi and Smokey you're running your server like shit. The most absurd moment came when it was revealed that Discord Bunny was Nova's girlfriend. Someone in the Discord mentioned Nova with his GF in brackets. Bunny's GF is a freak though, BC. Tell me why PPL kept talking about them showing their dildos on stream. That being the case, Nova still found it hard to make his Discord 18+ and remove any under 18 people. Many believe this was intentional. The adult members of the group were often seen posting weird things in the server. One of them said, "I am busting," and others commented about tweaking. These messages turned the server into an unsafe and uneasy environment for younger users. Can someone change me? I'm busting! Spungussy got me tweaking. So a server like HOV, which is full of minors, is okay, but I'm not. But Nova didn't bat an eye at any of this until he noticed Kiwi Farms' thread about his Discord. The people had been leaking the screenshots of his server channels on Kiwi Farms. As soon as Nova became aware of the thread, he reportedly had a meltdown.
Maybe don't be a fucking
You have not seen me fucking angry yet. Go ahead, Lemur, go ahead and fucking upload this. I don't give a flying fat fuck!
He sent a message displaying his severe meltdown directly mentioning the kiwi farms. Then he announced that he was about to lock down the server channels because several members didn't act right during voice chat. Hey kiwi farms, if you're reading this, fuck you and I hope you burn in the deepest pits on fucking hell. We are keeping the server on lockdown for a few days until all of you can learn how to fucking behave. Then the very next day, he made another announcement. He was finally making an 18+ server for only adults because he couldn't afford to be a headline news for another Kiwi Farms thread. Alright, so talks of the mods and I making a server for everyone 18+ are in the works. Unfortunately, this wasn't the only time Smokey MC and Kiwi Tapes had covered Nova's situation. Both channels have been actively sharing detailed updates through YouTube videos on Nova, with hundreds of thousands of views. With his options exhausted, Nova defaulted to his usual coping mechanism, angry outbursts and calling his critics out by name. He would lash out in his Discord server and drag every other troll in his messages.
On the stream right now. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, that's what she said. Fuck you! Smokey's a fucktard. And I can say that because I'm autistic.
Things went awry on September 11, 2024, when Smokey MZC tweeted about Nova's favorite music band, TX2. According to Smokey, Nova had been talking trash about TX2 to his audience, calling him a racist and claiming that he had touched his breast. Nova claims that you allegedly made a joke about Indians and then smacked his boob. This needs to be addressed as soon as possible. Smokey also asked people to look out for TX2 during his livestream chat, protecting him from Nova if he acts like a predator. Be sure to keep an eye out and help him stay safe from Nova being a predator in his chat. Later that same month, Smokey MCC and Kiwi Tapies also got Nova on a livestream on TikTok with them during the same month. And that livestream didn't go really well for Nova. Due to a technical delay, Nova was hearing their audio late, while Smokey openly insulted him on stream, calling him a pudgy while Nova, completely unaware, smiled and waved at the camera.
Hey
What's
Nova,
up,
you're
dude?
Nova, you're a pudgy Nova, pudgy
The moment the audio caught up and he realized what had been said, Nova snapped. He quickly rage quit after showing a middle finger on the camera. And when he did so, Smokey and Kiwi laughed at him. By this point, September 2024 had clearly turned into a nightmare month for Nova. After Smokey and Kiwi, Nova's another troll and TNF group member Pivo found out about Nova's workplace. At the time, he worked at Subway, and Pivo thought it would be a great idea to get him fired, and he managed to do so successfully. On October 3rd, 2024, Nova announced that he had been fired from his job on his server. His messages made it clear that he was deeply frustrated with his situation, which had been created by his trolls. My life and my feelings. I lost my G job and I am so pissed off. And then 2 days later, the trolls once again raided his Discord server. This time they spammed the channels with animal gore videos, but Nova didn't care. Dude, you need a better mod team. Brother, dude, there's gore. Someone from the admins team responded, but Nova was still not there. Sorry about those gore posts and that it took a bit to get those taken down. Unfortunately, our mod team is a bit understaffed, because there was no way he could. Nova was busy live streaming Harry Potter on Kick, unaware of what chaos was happening behind his back. To this day, Nova continues to post his TikTok videos, but now with a giant watermark over them. Exclusive property of Novine Universe. All because he thinks people use his videos without giving them credit, or more likely without his consent. Nova, why is there a watermark? Because people are re-uploading my content without credit. And with that, we reach the end of this documentary. Even now, the true intentions of people like Nova remain questionable. Their behavior is unpredictable, and in situations involving vulnerable or underage individuals, that unpredictability becomes especially concerning.
These trolls tried to sign me up for Scientology bullshit. It's a cult. Here's what I gotta say to that. Never again.
If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more documentaries covering the internet's most infamous lolcows.